Well, 2025's around the corner, isn't it? We've got a new year and a new city of culture. And who do you think is getting this lovely, lovely award for City of Culture, giving the gusto and the innovation and the creativity of a British city? Is it Bath, with its Roman heritage? Is it York, with the medieval prehistoric buildings? Is it Edinburgh, with its great contribution to philosophy, poetry, and other great British innovations? No, my friends, it's going to be Bradford. Yes, Bradford, of all the places. Bradford, with its 170% the national crime average, with its highest unemployment rate in Yorkshire, with its second largest Pakistani-born community in the country, and of course, home of the grooming gang scandal. Now, the government have already pledged 10 million to Bradford as the City of Culture to celebrate things such as arts. And the Labour government the other day announced a further 5 million in the hope that it will produce 6,500 jobs. Well, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. Giving Bradford the City of Culture is akin to giving Putin the Nobel Peace Prize. Bradford represents everything that is wrong with Britain. It represents mass immigration, failure of assimilation, and wasted government money spent on cities that are dying at a rapid rate. This is a slap in the face of all of those hard-working British cities that deserve to be commended for their contribution to our country. So I say, until we have common sense politicians with pride in Britain, we should give it up, scrap this silly award, and give the money to cities that actually deserve it.
Well, I think you're doing a great disservice to all those people who've married their cousins.
Have you ever been to Bradford?
Producers from Bradford.
No, and I don't particularly wish to go.
Do you know what? You often sit here and say that people like me are the elite that are snobs and look down on people. That is the most snobby 2 minutes I've heard in my whole life.
Benjamin,
the idea, hang on. The idea that just because Bradford is relatively poor and it certainly has some serious crime issues, that they can't have culture, that they can't have art. The whole point of this is that people that don't have access to the opportunities of born and bred Londoners, as you just described yourself, I don't think whether you live in Zone 1 London, you should be the only place where you get access to art and culture and those careers. I think putting 15 million quid into Bradford for those young people to get that access is a good thing.
Benjamin, I don't disagree that we shouldn't spend our money in London. I don't want the Labour elite to grow, and I was born in a poor part of London in Zone 6 or 7, just for the record, by the way.
Heart bleeds.
But Bradford does not represent culture of
How do
Britain.
you know?
Well, I just listed all the reasons why. It represents all the things the British public want to change about this country. So giving it this City of Culture award in itself, you can say we're going to give some money and invest it into a poor city like Bradford. That's fine. But to call it the City of Culture is exactly the backwards thing that most people see as this out-of-touch government.
Yes, but would the money not make it this bustling metropolis?
I think people are going to get off the train at Bradford and go, oh, my God, if this is British culture, send me somewhere else. I'd rather go to Paris, and that's not much better.
Yeah, I don't think that there is anything wrong with investing money in communities that are run down, need a new lick of paint. But don't lie and say, oh, this is because you're the City of Culture and you've got an amazing art scene. OK, just admit this is a city that's run down, needs some investment to create some jobs and, you know, get it thriving again. Just say that. Be honest about it.
I mean, it has got an airport, so you can leave Bradford. Which I think most of us probably would.
They should have invested in that one, actually. They should have invested in the airport.
Bradford Airport, people will leave.
Listen, I have nothing against the people of Bradford. I have something against... I have something against calling it a city of British culture. I mean, we have such great cities in this country. Surely we can celebrate some of them. And some of these cities have done exceptionally well despite the conditions they've had to operate under. Surely we can do more.
But it goes to Chloe's point, because, you know, the whole point of levelling up under Boris was to make sure that the communities that were run down, that did need the funding, got funding and got better. But to give them awards in particular areas where actually you're just sort of tick-boxing or making sure that people are happy...